Have you had a video of Prime Minister Trudeau talking about you last night?
Well, he's two-faced.
Do you think that Germany is too naive?
And honestly, with Trudeau, he's a nice guy. I find him to be a very nice guy. But, you know, the truth is that I called him out on the fact that he's not paying 2%. And I guess he's not very happy about it. I mean, you were there, a couple of you were there, and he's not paying 2%, and he should be paying 2%. It's Canada, they have money, and they should be paying 2%. So I called him out on that, and I'm sure he wasn't happy about it, but that's the way it is. Look, I'm representing the U.S., and he should be paying more than he's paying, and he understands it. So I can imagine he's not that happy, but that's the way it is.
Dumb and Dumber 2 opens tomorrow. Please say hello to Jim Carrey.
I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister.
On March 10th, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was seen carrying a chair from the House of Commons in Ottawa. Meanwhile, the image of him leaving the Parliament with tongue out, chair in hand, went viral on social media. Trudeau had actually announced his resignation as the leader of the Liberal Party on January 6th, and Mark Carney, following a landslide victory, officially took over as the new leader on March 10th.
So last night over dinner, I told my kids about the decision that I'm sharing with you today. I intend to resign as party leader, as Prime Minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process. Last night, I asked the President of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Well, you don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right?
Trudeau's formal resignation marked the end of his time as both Prime Minister and MP, though the chair he carried was more about tradition than any protest. Canada's Liberal Party elected Mark Carney as its leader, and he is set to replace Justin Trudeau as the Prime Minister of Canada. Mark Carney secured a win in the first ballot in a race that was triggered after Canada's Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, announced his intention to step down in early January after a mounting caucus revolt and a resignation of Chrystia Freeland from cabinet.
Yeah.
what is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Oh.
It's the symbol of the all-mocking tongue. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? Like, for years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. You know, when they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things, and, you know, and Yeah, look at him trying to cover it up. It's hilarious. And, and I'm sick of, hold on a second. You know what they're trying to do?
Who?
This thing is buzzing. Hold on. They're trying to turn us into, consumer drones of some sort. Hold on, I just got to get this.
And yeah.
Yeah, listen, I'm in the middle of blowing the lid off some...
What happened?
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I was temporarily interrupted by my iPhone 6 Plus. That's 5.5.
That's a big one, huh?
5.5 heads-up HD display. I think what I was really trying to say was I think people will enjoy Dumb and Dumber this weekend.
And that is what I thought you were about to say.
They should all go to the theater. They should all go to the theater tomorrow and see it.
And they should.
Because we could use a good laugh. Ha, 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 ha.
As a parent, I'm very concerned with keeping my children safe, and that's very hard to do today. The prevalence of individuals trading child pornography on the internet is huge. If you live in a major metropolitan area, odds are pretty good that you're no more than 2 miles from somebody who within the last week has traded child pornography. And there's not much we can do about that as a parent. But as an IARPA program manager developing this technology, I'm able to help law enforcement find, catch, and prosecute those bad guys. So deep learning technology and convolutional neural nets have fundamentally existed for a long time, but recent advances in the scientific community have really made them broadly applicable to problems like face recognition. And so the Janus program has been very effective in utilizing and advancing these technologies.
The algorithms have tackled a problem that has plagued the research community for some time. Current facial recognition algorithms do very well in controlled settings. The Janus algorithms really works toward a more unconstrained, uncontrolled situation where people are just naturally going about their everyday activities, and these algorithms are then able to capture A, that there's a face there, and B, recognize that face.
Current performance on frontal or controlled imagery, sometimes referred to as mugshot or passport photo, is very high. So Janus really isn't designed for that use case. Where Janus will vastly improve performance is when we have data that we've collected via another means. So this, in the case of child exploitation, may be recovered illicit material that was evidence of a crime. Janus enables us to still utilize that data for the purposes of identifying suspects.
My role is a criminal research specialist at the Homeland Security Investigations Cybercrime Center. Our repository holds over 25 million images and videos of child exploitation from seized evidence in cases around the world. The data in that repository is then reviewed. We go through it to see if any of the victims have been identified or not. That database is growing daily because there are seizures being made daily out in the field.
This is the one where Julius Caesar decides when the year starts. And we answer the question, why is January 1st the beginning of the new year? For that, we've got to go all the way back to the Roman Empire. Julius Caesar became dictator for life in the 40s. 40 BC. We're in a whole different time code now. As dictator for life, Caesar put in numerous reforms. Most were aimed at helping the Roman Empire and the Roman government to run more smoothly. So what needed to run more smoothly, you might ask? How about time? The Roman calendar was completely messed up. At the time, it followed a lunar calendar, you know, a moon calendar. And because of that, the Roman seasons didn't exactly line up. You had winter in July, spring and summer in November, and it changed from year to year. Not to mention, politicians would add days or even weeks to years just to lengthen their terms of office. Could you imagine that? What a loophole! How about a never-ending presidency?
Could this be America's last election if Donald Trump wins? Listen to what the former president told a Christian group at the Turning Point USA Believers Summit in West Palm Beach. The former president telling the crowd that if they re-elect him to the White House, they won't have to worry about voting ever again.
And again, Christians, get out and vote just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You got to get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not going to have to vote.
It's good to know that even in Roman times, political corruption was alive and well. So Julius Caesar sat down with an astronomer named Sosigenes. And Sosigenes suggested that Caesar and the Romans follow a solar calendar, you know, the sun, like the Egyptians had done centuries before. It was more accurate and easier to follow, quite frankly. In order to start a new calendar, the Romans had to pick a different month to start the year at, because up to that point, March was the beginning of the year. Beware the Ides of March. So in the year 47 BC, December 31st became the end of the year. And we opened up 46 BC on the new Julian calendar beginning on January 1st. Wait, but why January? Well, the common thought is that January is named after the Greek god Janus.
We're at approximately 45th Street in New York City at 1 Astor Plaza. This is the site of the old Astor Hotel.
What the hell is in Bayou Labatry? Shrimping boats. I gotta buy me one of them shrimp boats as soon as I have some money. I made me a promise to Bubba in Vietnam that as soon as the war was over, we'd go in partners. He'd be the captain of the shrimp boat and I'd be his first mate. But now that he's dead, that means I gotta be the captain.
Our shrimp boat captain.
Yes, sir. A promise is a promise, Lieutenant Dan.
Now hear this! Private Gump here is gonna be a shrimp boat captain. Well, I'll tell you what, Gilligan, the day that you are a shrimp boat captain, I will come and be your first mate. If you're ever a shrimp boat captain, that's the day I'm an astronaut.
Daddy, what are you complaining about?
Oh.
It's the Hot Wheels. Who's your friend?
My name is Forrest Gump.
This is a cunning Carla. And long lives Lenore.
So where you been, baby cakes, huh? Haven't seen you around lately. You know, you should have been here for Christmas because Tommy brought around on the house and gave everybody a turkey sandwich.
Well, I had company.
Hey, we was just there. That's a Times Square. Don't you just love New Year's? You can start all over. Everybody gets a second chance.
3, 2, 1.
Swift-footed Hermes glides as fast as thought between the summit of Mount Olympus down to the world of us mortals. The earth passes in a blur beneath him as he speeds over land and sea. Hermes is featured more than any other god in the myths. That's why he's so often depicted in the vase paintings of the ancient Greeks. He's the personal messenger to his father Zeus, so he's often sent away, post-haste, on important business missions. This leaves Zeus free time to attend to more personal matters. But Hermes is much more than a glorified postal service. He's the cleverest of all the gods, and a master in the art of persuasion. He's often seen wearing a messenger's cloak and a wide-brimmed hat. And on his feet are winged sandals. His symbol is a herald's staff entwined by 2 serpents, known as the caduceus. The design of the caduceus has seen many changes over the course of time, but this is the version most often used today. The caduceus was formally adopted by the medical department of the United States Army in 1902. A bit of a strange choice, considering that the symbol is not associated with health, but rather with commerce and negotiation. Another symbol, known as the Rod of Asclepius, is similar to the caduceus, but it depicts a single serpent. It's the symbol of Asclepius, Greek god of healing, medicine, and physicians. And so is appropriately used today, both in the US and around the world, in connection with health and medicine. So then why is the caduceus still being used today in places like the US as a symbol for health? Some say it's a simple matter of misunderstanding, and others believe it's because the caduceus is thought to have a much stronger visual impact in terms of branding, thereby becoming a more profitable enterprise. It's not surprising there's so much confusion and misuse in regards to this symbol, considering Hermes is a trickster god. The poets say that Hermes was born in a cave on Mount Selene in southern Greece. Almost immediately after he was born, the precocious Hermes got the idea to steal his half-brother Apollo's herd of oxen. But on his way out of his cave, he nearly stumbled over a tortoise. In a flash of inspiration, he transformed the tortoise into a string instrument called the lyre. He then quickly taught himself how to play before he continued on his way. When he finally found the herd, Hermes had the brilliant idea to enchant them to walk backwards, so that it would appear that they never left the meadow. Apollo searched in vain for his lost oxen, suspecting a god must have been involved. He asked Zeus for help, who figured that it must have been his latest offspring who was responsible. Although amused at his young son's antics, Zeus made Hermes give the herd back to Apollo. So Hermes ended his eventful first day on Earth playing a melody on his newly invented lyre. Although deeply annoyed at his younger brother, Apollo was completely taken by the beautiful sound it produced. A deal was suddenly struck. Apollo agreed to hand over his oxen in exchange for the lyre. In his role as the trickster, Hermes is also associated with the archetype of the fool or the joker. He shows us that disobedience can be intelligently used to help the individual assert their power within society, and even the playing field between those with power and those without. Although Hermes is often thought of as a trickster, he's also connected to the magician archetype as a powerful deity of dreaming, death, and illusion. Much like we do today, the ancient Greeks mourned their dead and wondered about what awaited them beyond the familiar shore of life. They imagined an afterlife in which souls were helped across to the other side by none other than Hermes himself. The typically mischievous Hermes leaves his trickery behind when he enters the underworld. The golden gleam of his caduceus helps guide the souls of the recently departed through the twilight of the underworld to their final resting place. This is why Hermes is referred to as psychopomp, a Greek word meaning conductor of souls. Hermes is also called a god of thresholds. He's one of the very few granted access to the underworld, and also permitted to leave its shadows and return again to the sunlit world above. Hermes is often seen as a unifying force between male and female. Mercury, and so by extension Hermes, was largely forgotten after the fall of the classical world. But he enjoyed a reinvention tour in the late European Middle Ages when he became a central figure in the mysterious practice of alchemy. Because the element mercury was the only metal to remain liquid at room temperature, the alchemists were convinced that it held a profound secret. It seemed to exist right at the threshold between two states, not fully one thing or another, but something in between. Alchemists therefore believed mercury could transcend both solid and liquid, earth and heaven, and ultimately life and death. They asserted that mercury was one of the main ingredients needed to produce the Philosopher's Stone. The stone, also called Elixir of Life, was rumored to have the ability to turn base metals into gold and to prolong life indefinitely.
Me, look on the CDC website as to what is in the swine flu vaccine. You know, aluminum, insect repellent, formaldehyde, mercury.
Yeah. Is there really mercury in flu vaccines? Our Verify team went to the Centers for Disease Control and the Food and Drug Administration. Both say yes. Bam! There is a preservative added to vaccines that is 50% mercury. It's called thimerosal. And the CDC says they've done a bunch of studies that show it doesn't have any link to autism. Now, it's put in the shots to stop bacteria and fungus from growing in the vial because that could cause a staph infection.
Aluminum, insect repellent, formaldehyde, mercury.
Janus has two faces, one that looks to the past and one that eyes the future. You know, like the change in years.
There is a revolution coming.
Excuse me? What do you mean?
The future is staring back at us like a perfect picture on glass. And this future, it must be protected.
What's it got to do with me?
Look.
What is it?
It will change everything. That's why they want to stop it. They will come after you without cease. Because the future belongs to us.
First of all, I've come to know Donald Trump over the last few years. He is actually a very intelligent man who cares deeply about America. There are two different Donald Trumps. There's the one you see on the stage, and there's the one who's very cerebral, sits there and considers things very carefully.
I can't live like this anymore. Maybe it's time to take a good hard look in the mirror. Ooh. Hey, not bad. Oh, wait, that came with the room. Oh, hello, handsome. No, Donald, cut it out. No time for that. You gotta be honest. For once in your life, get one thing off your chest where you were at fault. I'm not 100% consistent. Whoa! A little weight just came off me. More. You cheat at golf? You cheat on your taxes? Oh, you cheat on your wives. Come on, go for it. Here goes. You've been acting like a narcissistic sociopath, and 64% to 67% of the people hate you!
You can have a very good conversation with him.
4, 3, 2.
It's the final countdown. We're leaving together.
The final countdown.
I believe the addition of the Janus algorithm will be a force multiplier and will allow us to identify and rescue more victims.
When Janus was incepted, it had very ambitious goals. Many people were extremely concerned whether we were going to be able to meet our program metrics and goals. In fact, we've been able to not only meet them, but we've done so well that twice throughout the program, we've made them harder than originally anticipated by about 2 orders of magnitude. Now then, once that technology is developed, it's actually tested by our partners at groups such as NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, who then actually do the work of evaluating the technology and understanding how it performs.
The benchmarking is to determine, is there an improvement in the technology over time? And secondarily, is one algorithm better than another algorithm?
Number 8, we will finally complete the biometric entry-exit visa tracking system, which we need desperately. In my administration, we will ensure that this system is in place. And I will tell you, it will be on land, it will be on sea, It will be in air. We will have a proper tracking system.
And also better than a reference algorithm. The result is that contemporary Janus technologies are competitive with the leading commercial providers, and in some cases, particularly on the unconstrained cases, they exceed the capability of commercial algorithms.
There are two reasons why the work we're doing on the Janus program is very important. The first and most practical is that it actually helps our operational partners identify bad guys. These may be terrorists, criminals, sex offenders, or a variety of other people. And helping to catch those people makes the world a better, safer place. The technology is also important from a research perspective. While it's true that our primary goal within Janus is face recognition technology, the advances made in deep learning and convolutional neural nets have broad applicability beyond just biometrics. And that enables the further advancement of this technology for a host of applications within and beyond national security.
LG OLED, a perfect picture on glass.
Who are you?
Oh, come now. I've already told you. The future is staring back at you.
Just put your hand under the scanner so I can verify your career chip. Calcutta, we have a problem.
Delivery boy, I must have mixed up the chips. It's a simple...
Oh, here's our cryogenic counselor. Yes!
Wow, I look fantastic.
No, we look fantastic, and I mean really fantastic.
All right, me, we've got a big interview with Jimmy Fallon coming up. But let's be honest, Fallon's a lightweight. No way he deserves to interview me. The only one qualified to interview me is me.
Me interviewing me, that's what I call a great idea.
Of course it's a great idea. We thought of it.
Secretary Clinton is preparing for anything and everything. In fact, it is being reported that she is actually prepping for 2 Trumps at the debate. An on-message, disciplined Donald Trump and a freewheeling Donald Trump.
And Donald Trump says he is 2 Donald Trumps. And Dr. Ben Carson agreeing and then disagreeing over whether or not we're getting the real Donald Trump.
There are 2 different Donald Trumps. There's the one you see on the stage, and there's the one who's very cerebral, sits there and considers things very carefully. You can have a very good conversation with him.
Newski's Farm in the western part of the state just welcomed a new and unique member to their family. Oh, it's a 2-headed goat. He was born on Sunday. He's one of about 1,000 goats born on the farm this year, but the only one with 2 heads. The Newski family really wants to keep him as a pet, and they're hoping he will survive. There's a 50-50 chance he'll make it.
Janus is a deity of Roman mythology, the son of Apollo. According to some versions, Janus was born in the Thessalian region in Greece, but left for the region of Lazio, located in current Italy. There, he was welcomed by the mythical king Camese, with whom he divided the power. Janus edified several cities, and, according to some Roman myths, Janus welcomed the god Saturn after his banishment from Greece by the hands of Jupiter. Saturn would be the equivalent of the Titan Cronus of Greek mythology. And, as a form of gratitude for being welcomed, the old god began the golden era of mankind. During this period, men started to live in a world of extreme happiness and abundance. Cronus also blessed Janus, giving him the power to know the past and the future. Janus was the deity accountable for teaching men how to use boats, and also introduced them to coins. After the end of his life among the men, Janus became a deity. As a god, he would be the deity responsible for protecting doors and gates. This god was depicted with two faces and had a key in his hands. When he opens a door, the god unleashes a new cycle, and this can be a new cycle of harvest or the passage from childhood to adult life. He is also associated with the beginning and the end of wars. During the war between the Romans and the Sabines, the god stopped the Sabines from attacking the Roman armies, creating a source of boiling water, preventing the advance of the Sabines. The Romans eventually repaid their protection by building several temples in his honor. The main one was closed during peaceful periods, and only in times of war people could find it open. Since he was a god connected to transitions and new cycles, the Romans baptized the name of the first month of the year in honor of the god Janus. With that, January is the time when people try to accomplish their New Year's resolution and start a new cycle of prosperity with the blessing of the god Janus.
In the face of great challenges this year, Americans showed incredible grit, strength, tenacity, and resolve, and together we achieved truly historic victories like nobody ever thought possible. To defeat the China virus, we launched the largest mobilization since World War II. We transformed our factories to build tens of thousands of ventilators and millions of masks virtually overnight. Nobody thought it could be done. We ignored the experts who demanded open borders, and we shut down travel from China and Europe to protect our citizens, and we built the wall. We pioneered groundbreaking new therapies and treatments, and we saved millions of American lives. Over and over again, we were told it would be impossible to deliver a vaccine by the end of the year. All of the experts said, absolutely unthinkable. Trump is exaggerating. It can't happen. And we did it long before the end of the year. They said it would take a medical miracle, and that's exactly what it is. Years from now, they'll be talking about it. They'll be talking about this great thing that we did with the vaccines. A truly unprecedented, amazing medical miracle.
How did you do that?
Liu Say, legendary gambler. He bets on everything, anything, huge cash bets all the time.
But how did you know who he was gonna pick?
We told him to. We've been telling him all day. From the moment he left his hotel room, we've been priming him, programming his subconscious. He's been seeing the number 55 all day long. On the elevator, in the lobby, even the stick pin on the doormat. Not only that, we loaded his route from the hotel to the stadium. He looks out the window, primers are everywhere. Now he doesn't see it, but he does. There's no getting around it. He even sees far. Suggestions are everywhere, from the number of flowers in a vase.
That is genius.
Yeah, and it's not only what he sees, it's what he hears. The Mandarin word for 5 is Wu. There are 124 woo-woos in sympathy for the devil. Now, he's not registering it, but it's all there. So when he picks up those binoculars, looks out on the field, sees a familiar face with the number 55 on his jersey, some little voice in the back of his mind says, that's it. And he thinks it's intuition, and he picks.
Do you want me to write it down?
And you, being in the dark, was the convincer. We call that the little blind mouse.
But how did you know who he was gonna pick?
We told him to. We've been telling him all day.
I have this, Jess, but I'd like to think I don't need it.
Why are you calling me Jess?
That's what Christos called you.
So you're trying to get into my head?
No. Just trying to connect, that's all. And I know how alone you must feel. Your father put Janus in you, but before he did, he made an adjustment to it. Now, we've taken Janus from your blood. It works perfectly. We're making it right now. hiding it in the Russian flu vaccine that everyone is so desperate for.
From the moment he left his hotel room, we've been priming him, programming his subconscious. He's been seeing the number 55 all day long. On the elevator, in the lobby, even the stick pin on the doormat. Not only that, we loaded his route from the hotel to the stadium. He looks out the window, primers are everywhere. Now he doesn't see it, but he does. There's no getting around it. He even sees far. Suggestions are everywhere, from the number of flowers in a vase.
That is genius.
Yeah, and it's not only what he sees, it's what he hears. The Mandarin word for 5 is woo. There are 124 woo-woos in sympathy for the devil.
But we cannot see his adjustment. And we can't release the vaccine until we know what the adjustment is.
Now he's not registering it, but it's all there. So when he picks up those binoculars, looks out on the field, sees a familiar face with the number 55 on his jersey, some little voice in the back of his mind says, that's it. And he thinks it's intuition, and he picks.
Do you want me to write it down?
And you, being in the dark, was the convincer. We call that the little blind mouse.
Janus. This deity is most distinguished by having 2 faces, thus often referred to as Janus Geminus. Sometimes both faces are bearded older men, but often he is depicted as having one bearded older face, looking to the past, and a clean-shaven face of youth looking toward the future. In some depictions, he even has one face of a man and the other of a woman, signifying the unity and duality of male and female essences in each of us. In some depictions, he even contains 4 heads, looking in each cardinal direction. He was known as the god of beginnings and transitions, and thus all manner of doorways, passages, portals, entrances, gateways, and the elements of change, movement, and time.
Normally developing a vaccine takes up to 10 years. Thanks to Operation Warp Speed, we developed a vaccine in just 9 months. We've already begun a nationwide vaccination program, and we're sending the vaccine all over the world. The world will benefit, we'll benefit, and everybody's calling to thank me.
And that's the Donald Trump that you're going to start seeing more and more of right now.
I probably do agree. I think there are 2 Donald Trumps. I met with the president of the Virgin Islands.
Consulting with consistently so that you're ready on day 1?
I'm speaking with myself, number 1.
It's been a tale of 2 presidents. The Trump of Twitter, who lives in a dark, deeply personal pool of feuds, and the president who exists in a universe of solid, tangible economic success. Daniel Henninger with the Wall Street Journal editorial board joins us now. He is also a Fox News contributor. Interesting piece. For those who haven't seen it, they can find it in the Wall Street Journal.
Indeed.
A tale of 2 presidents.
Yes, well, of course, it's Donald Trump, John, and needless to say, he wasn't going to settle for just 1 presidency. He has given us 2.
Our most vulnerable citizens are already receiving the vaccine, and millions of doses are quickly being shipped all across our country. By early next year, the vaccine will be available to every American, and shortly thereafter, it will be delivered worldwide.
It was essential to honor Janus at the start of every endeavor, from calendar dates to spring plantings, military actions, marriages, and each new dawn. He was the first god to be invoked before all others to help during all manner of rituals, rites, and prayers. He was the god of liminal spaces, guardian of transitions from youth to adulthood, barbarity to civilization, countryside to city.
I'm gonna make a change.
for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? I saw much disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the window, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways.
This is the first time I've done this. How does it go?
En purifiant votre ADN, vous avez déjà posé de vos vies antérieures, vous nettoyez les traumatismes dont vous avez hérité depuis des siècles.
De tous.
It can be very dangerous to bring someone back to who they were a few years before.
J'ai peur de ne plus pouvoir ressentir.
Il y a une bête prête à bondir. Ça veut dire que quelqu'un va mourir. Peut-être vous.
What is stronger? Your fear or your love for me?
Because you think I love you. There must be beautiful things in this chaos.
Hello, Beast.
Who's this?
This is my dear friend Martha. This is Alistair Crowley. How do you do?
Eat, drink, be happy.
What, dancing, Martha? Not my thing.
What is your thing? Oh, everyone has a thing. My thing is love.
That's not very satanic.
On the contrary, Satan is love. In your heart, you worship Satan just as I do. Every beautiful woman does.
À trois, vous pourrez doucement ouvrir les yeux. 1, 2, 3.
It seems like it's really over, right?
I almost want it to last.
We will end the pandemic once and for all. This is one of the most extraordinary scientific, industrial, and medical feats in history. Everybody has it as that. That's what they're marketed down as. And we can never let people forget where it came from and how it came. We're very proud to be honored, and all of the people that worked so hard on it. we have to be remembered for what's been done. I want to thank all of the workers, scientists, doctors, and members of the military who helped make Operation Warp Speed possible. Before the pandemic, we built the greatest economy in the history of the world. Now we are doing it again. We've actually built, if you think about it, 2 great economies, before and after.
As messenger, trickster, psychopomp, and alchemical figure, the shape-shifting Hermes invites us to travel beyond the boundaries of the conscious and unconscious mind.
I mean, you know, I have always liked to shape-shift.
Something shimmering and white. It leads you here, despite your destination. Under the Milky Way tonight.
Basic principles of time travel in there. That's one. Portal. That's what would be just about most likely this spacecraft.
Like it, DeLore. You know, I love that movie, the way they shot it. It's so, like futuristic, you know?
6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. Is when the world will end.
Calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious and we will protect you, that I can tell you, and we will say enough is enough.
Thank you. I'll be right back with yours. Hey, morning, Bill.
Slim, this is your table. Come on, ladies. Come on. Let's go.
Let me guess. Pancakes, side of bacon.
Who's dying? Come on, pick it up.
Bill, Big Papa, please. I need 15.
I love when you call me Big Papa.
Trying to scrape up a down payment for a little fixer-upper in your neighborhood? Take a look at my next guest. There's a report around Wall Street that this is what he has in mind. This is Donald Trump, 33 years old. And some people think that he wants to buy the World Trade Center, the 110-story Manhattan skyscraper that anyone can pick up if they've got the coins.
Hi, darling. Where are you?
Yeah, you just paged my husband, right?
Oh my God.
Mitch? Who are you? What's your name?
I'm so sorry.
No, too late to deny it now. Your name?
I'm Darcel. I'm very sorry.
Me too.
Hotels too.
Yeah, more potato.
I'm gonna bounce on the bed.
Okay, be careful. Hello?
Hey there.
Hey. Not too high.
What?
No, I'm talking to Gracie. We're just watching some TV, get ready to hit the sack.
What about what we talked about?
No. Okay, no shelters.
You've been gone too long, Alice. There are matters which might benefit from your attention. Friends cannot be neglected. Hurry.
When the day becomes the night, and the sky becomes the sea, when the clock strikes heavy, and there's no time for tea, and in our darkest hour, before my final rhyme, she will come back home to Wonderland and turn back the hands of time.
Time is a he. He is not someone you want as your enemy. Please, sir, the Hatter is in danger.
Jen, I said tomorrow, okay?
Not exactly the Biltmore, is it? It's the information age, sweetheart. You leave a trail everywhere, especially when your best friend rents your room with her credit card.
Yeah, well, I had to do that since someone froze all my accounts, right?
We need to talk.
No, we don't.
What is that? Who's banging on the door?
I don't know.
Why? What's going on?
It's gonna be okay, baby.
Young lady, your time is up. This cannot be good.
This is Donald Trump, 33 years old, and some people think that he wants to buy the World Trade Center.
Hi, this is Daniel Clamp.
You know, no visit to New York is complete without a tour of the world's most fully automated office building. My Clamp Premier Regency Trade Center and Retail Concourse, headquarters of Clamp Enterprises and home of CCN, Clamp Cable Network Television.
That's the story of the Clamp Premier Regency Office Center, where one man's dream became a reality. I hope you enjoyed today's tour, and don't forget, pick up your copy of Mr. Clamp's best-selling book, I Took Manhattan. Now, the center is just one part of Mr. Clamp's round-the-world business network, which includes construction, sports, finance, and, of course, a popular line of jams and jellies. Now, for those of you who have cable TV at home, the Clamp Cable Network is located right here in the building.
The death of Mr. Wing removes the last obstacle to developer Daniel Clamp's long-delayed Chinatown project. This quaint little shop, which once housed many rare objects from the Orient, must now make way for the future, Daniel Clamp style.
Why'd you come to me?
Well, I tried to think of the last time that I felt safe. Then I saw your face.
Anybody here like hot fudge sundaes? Yeah.
FBI.
Can I see?
Let's go! Mr. Clamp, is it true the building's been evacuated?
Sir, is the building on fire?
No, that's a false alarm. We've just got some, problems.
Those are coming right back?
I don't know. It just doesn't make any difference.
Sure it does. You don't have to go. You're not coming back tonight.
You know that it is not safe for you if I stay here.
You don't have to go. You're not coming back tonight.
You know that...
Hey, Jupiter. Girl out there, they say she's your daughter. She insists on seeing you.
What year were you born?
You are my father, Jupiter. I wrote you like 20 times, but even when Mom died, you didn't answer?
Okay, what do you want? Money?
Isn't it enough? Isn't it enough for you? Isn't it enough? Isn't it enough for you? Isn't it enough?
I think real estate would be highly lucrative.
Now there's a computer that puts you in touch with the world like never before.
You're the one to talk to, Doug.
At the touch of a button, you get TV, FM stereo. At the touch of a button. At the touch of a button, you get TV, FM stereo, even a digital answering machine.
Hey, Doug, this is Donald Trump. Just got your email. Let me give you my direct line at Trump Tower.
The Toshiba Infinia, when you're ready for a different computer.
One day we're told that a shadowy figure with no fixed address named Osama bin Laden is public enemy number one, and U.S. jet fighters lay waste to his camp in Afghanistan. I really am convinced we're in danger of the sort of terrorist attacks that will make the bombing of the 1993 Trade Center look like kids playing with firecrackers.
There he is.
Man, you're lucky I like you. That was the most preposterous trip I've ever taken.
Hello, Alice.
I present you with a gift.
Okay, Toots. Let's talk. First thing, Aaron is over.
I like Jared.
And you are not the Queen of England anymore. Okay?
Yeah, the one time Trump lost, he said it was rigged. The few weeks ago.
First, there's two Trumps.
Okay.
The one in the red tie is the real one. The one in the blue tie is not.
Guys, like I mentioned before, President Trump was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize today, and he's so confident he's going to win, he already has his acceptance speech written out. In fact, earlier today he was practicing in front of the mirror, and we got the footage. Check it out.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Nobel Committee, what an honor. We're here to talk about me, the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize. It's great to be here in beautiful, fantastic Norway. But you're right, I'm amazing, and I deserve this award for many reasons. For one, I finally brought peace between the Arabs and Jews. We love the Jewish people, or as I call them, the Yosemites.
Is everything okay here?
Yeah, thanks.
Hey there, little cutie. What's your name? I don't know. Hey there, little cutie. What's your name? I don't know.
Hey, Millie, 14 needs menu.
Try to have fun.
Hey, how long?
Well, the custody hearing's in the next month, so that's my deadline.
Deadline for what?
And let me just clear my nose for a second.
And I saw one of his heads, as it were, wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed. And all the world wondered after the beast, and they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast. And they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? who was able to make war with him. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
We passed $3 trillion in relief, the largest financial aid package in history. Through the Paycheck Protection Program, we saved or supported more than 51 million American jobs, and we're doing numbers now like nobody's ever seen before, including having the highest stock market in the history of the world. I froze student loan payments, stopped evictions, suspended payroll taxes. We have slashed the unemployment rate from 14.7% all the way down to 6.7%. And a lot of people thought that the 14.7 could be 32 or 40 or 45%. And now we're down to 6.7 and heading a lot lower.
Can't do this.
What's happening, brother?
Not a soda, not today.
Meaning?
Give me a beer.
Are you sure?
Are you really retiring?
Yes, sir.
Then I'm sure.
I'll tell my team that Henry's gone rogue. I can handle this.
What, after you whiffed 4 times on Dormoth? No, you need Gemini.
I will not let you do hits on American soil.
You don't have anyone who can take out Henry Brogan. I do.
I'm so glad. All right, Crowley. Let's not waste our breath on formalities.
At once, sir.
Such a lovely boy. What do you want, Crowley? I want your soul, of course. That is, my master wants it. Do it yours. Give me my sister. You're a businessman, Mr. Wayne. You know that saying something doesn't make it so. I'll need a contract. Inked in your blood.
Oh, please spare me this pillage. I don't believe in Satan.
Oh, you're modern. Rational. Well-educated. A civilized man of peace and moderation. Of course you don't believe in Satan, but that doesn't matter. Satan believes in you. Cutie. It's you he wants. Your spiritual essence. Not your company.
Alistair is just a very wise and loving man. A teacher.
In exchange for my sister's liberty, I have to sell... I have to sell my soul to the devil.
Precisely. You get my master's eternal friendship. You're a smart businessman, Mr. Wayne. Think of that. Think of the power you'll have.
I have power now, you fool. I could buy and sell the likes of you.
See now, there's the beast inside of you.
Well, this is adios, Henry. It's been nice surveilling you. I'll probably be sent somewhere else tomorrow. Henry, why are you retiring?
I'm finding myself avoiding mirrors lately, so I'm gonna take that as a sign.
Tell me what we're going to do about Henry.
Henry Brogan is like any other soldier. When they're young and stupid, they believe anything you tell them. Then they get older, they wear out, grow a conscience. This is why we need a new breed of soldier. Gemini will handle this. Sniper, rooftop. I leave, he's gonna follow.
are you? I don't want to shoot you. Did they show you a picture of me? Yeah, you look old.
I told you to stay in Colombia and await orders.
I wanted to talk to you. He's very good. He knew every move of mine before I made it. I'd have him right there. I'd take the shot, and he'd be gone. Like a ghost.
Did you get a look at his face?
Not really. I saw him up the stairs through a dirty mirror. You all right?
I think I know why he's as good as you, Henry. He is you.
We made it dramatically better than experts predicted just a few months ago. Our economy is growing at the most rapid rate ever recorded, 33.4% last quarter, and much faster than the nations of Europe. Nobody can compete with us in terms of going down less and going up by far the fastest and the best. Whenever America is challenged, we always rise to the occasion. We are bringing critical medical manufacturing back home to America. We have secured our borders and paused immigration to protect American workers. We lowered drug prices for the first time in 51 years. And after years of endless foreign wars, we are signing historic peace deals in the Middle East. It's all ending in the Middle East. We have to hope it keeps going. It's so easy if you know what you're doing. In this season of joy, Americans have so much to be grateful for. We're all blessed to live in the greatest country ever to exist on the face of the earth, and we have made it greater than ever before. As long as we remain loyal to our nation, devoted to our citizens, and faithful to Almighty God, we know that the best is yet to come. God bless you, and God bless America.
They did 3 tests. Your DNA and his. All 3 came back identical. Not close, identical. As in the same person.
We gotta talk to this kid. You're not gonna be safe until you do. He's the mirror you don't want to look into, Henry.
Cab was a smart move.
Where are you from?
Your formality, it's Southern. You know, if you're gonna use me as bait and possibly murder me, then the least you can do is indulge me in some conversation. You 2 have a lot in common.
I doubt that.
You'd be surprised. You know, I started following him too, just like you're doing. And then I got to know him. He's got a big heart, like you.
Stay right there. Stay right there.
Thank you.
You ought to like one of those.
Jesus, Henry.
You ought to like one of those.
Jesus, Henry.
Look at me, dummy. Look at us. 25 years ago, your father took my blood and he cloned me. He made you from me. He's been lying to you the whole time. He told you you were an orphan. And of all the people in the world to come after me, why would he send you? Because I'm the best. You are obviously not the best. Because I'm the best.
We take the unfertilized egg of an ovulating female and destroy all of its genes and chromosomes. We then implant the nucleus of the donor cell. That cell, with its genetic material intact, eventually becomes an embryo and is born as a living creature. Without parents? Well, it has no father because the egg was never fertilized, no mother because its genetic code comes from another being. This can be done with humans if the surgical technique were precise enough. It's monstrous, Doctor. Why? Wouldn't you want to live in a world full of Mozarts and Picassos?
And then it was such a hit. It was way bigger than I even anticipated. And now, I think we're gonna make part 2. I think you have to. I think you have to. They kill you if you try to walk away, and they clone you.
It's like work is first, and my family is a close second. I'm a distant third, bringing up the rear.
By a miracle of modern science,
I just need a little time for myself.
Doug Kinney is about to get the one thing he needs more of.
Doug, your clone.
Himself.
So, what do I feed it?
Now,
between the two of us, we're gonna get a lot of stuff done. We're gonna kick some ass. We're gonna be awesome.
There are 2 Dougs to go around.
I'll get the dishes, now drive the kids to school.
Thanks.
2 Dougs to share the load.
When'd you have time to do all this?
I suggest we all do them every morning.
Find out what he had for breakfast.
But it's still not enough Dougs
I hate to ask you, honey, but could you pick up the kids?
to get the job done.
2. Liking to meet 3. Hi, how are you? Are you nuts? I've been working since I was 12 years old. It's break time. It is. And Doug, I think it's that 12-year-old that's saying, Doug, how about a visit? You need time for Doug. What a suck.
No, with 3 people.
Meeting start yet?
Well, you're already in the meeting.
Sharing the life of one man.
Did you see me in the meeting?
Differences are developing.
What are you doing? I'm having a smoke. What's it look like?
Personalities are emerging.
I fold once, and then tuck, fold, TTF. And no air goes in there because what? Air's our enemy, isn't it?
Yes, man cub. So nice to see you again.
Oh, go away. Leave me alone.
Let me look at you. You don't want me to look at you? Then you look at me.
No, sir. I know what you're trying to do, cop.
You do? You don't trust me.
No.
Then there's nothing I can do to help.
You want to help me?
Certainly.
Okay. So let's dedicate this to General Kelly, the Border Patrol, and the ICE agents for doing such an incredible job. Right? This was written by Al Wilson a long time ago. And I thought of it having to do with our borders and people coming in. And we know what we're going to have. We're going to have problems. We have to very, very carefully vet. We have to be smart. We have to be vigilant. So here it is, the snake. It's called the snake. On her way to work one morning, down the path along the lake, a tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake.
And their problems are beginning to multiply.
Doug, I'd like you to meet 4. Where did he come from? We made a copy from 2. And you know how sometimes you make a copy of a copy, it's not quite as sharp as, well, the original.
It's every Doug for himself.
Jeez Louise, how many of you are there?
Is he safe with that razor? We take the blade out. It's cute, I think.
From the director of Groundhog Day, Michael Keaton.
Nobody has sex with my wife but me.
Andy McDowell.
Doug. When that woman wants something, Doug, there is no stopping her.
Multiplicity.
Hey, Rain Man, run back in there and floss yourself, buddy, all right?
You are obviously not the best.
I always believed you'd be happier not knowing.
Happy. You know when I'm happy, Pop? When I'm flat on my belly, about to squeeze a trigger. You sent me to kill him. Of all the shooters in the world, why would you send me?
He's your darkness. You had to walk through this on your own.
Of all the shooters in the world, why would you send me?
He's your darkness. You had to walk through this on your own.
Maybe you're my darkness.
So what the hell are we gonna do, huh? Gonna turn him in? They're not gonna try him. They're not gonna shut down his lab. We have to end this right now.
Hey, give it to me.
The Gemini lab's been dismantled. The cloning program is history.
And Junior?
He's untouchable. No one will bother him. Ever.
Hey.
Hey. Good to see you.
You sleeping okay?
Better.
No ghosts?
Not like before. Oh, and I actually looked in a mirror the other day.
Really?
It wasn't horrendous.
Speaking of mirrors.
anything to you?
Where did you get that? It's a symbol for fractal neuronic cloning.
Data's daughter.
They're created in pairs.
Dr. Asher. Narek.
Soji.
Twins.
Twins.
So there's another one.
People of Earth, I am Lur of the planet Omicron Persei 8.
We demand justice! As you ate our children, so shall you be eaten by us!
We will begin with the firemen, then the math teachers, and so on in that fashion until everyone is eaten.
Alexa, play On and On by Omicron.
Okay. He's setting the mood. No, it's cute.
The nights are louder than the real thing, but you can't hear me. You're chasing after the believers, but there's no comfort here for you. Never, ever end. You tell the story and I'm reeling. It's just a feeling. You won't let him out, but I can see him. He's still breathing.
The stronger the magnetic field is, the closer together the spikes form. So first let me show you what happens when I move a regular magnet near the ferrofluid. You can see it just sucks it up to the magnet.
There's even some talk of using this sort of nanotechnology to target drugs. So if we attach a specific drug to the nanoparticles here, we could put it in an entire body and it would all be dilute. But if we target an organ with a strong magnetic field, we can actually cause all of the drugs to go.
So if we attach a specific drug to the nanoparticles here, we could put it in an entire body.
Welcome back. Try with Lady Gaga. Born This Way is the new single. Tell us about the album.
Oh, I love the album so much, and I hope all of the monsters do too. And the performance we did last night at the Grammys was, and what we've been doing with the egg and the rebirth, it's meant to signify an artistic statement of birthing a new race, and it's a race with no prejudice, a race within the race of humanity.
understand my intentions.
Entire body.
What's it doing to him?
It's changing him.
Into what?
There could be a magnet used so that we could
target that stuff using the tiny nanoparticles.
Wow.
And then take the field away. It disperses throughout the body.
It disperses throughout the body. It disperses throughout the body.
So it's something people are working on. It disperses throughout the body. Entire body.
Janus was highly honored on New Year's Day, but also at the beginning of each day, each month, and several other special dates throughout the year. Our modern concept of the old man of the past year and the new baby of the coming year likely comes from Janus's two faces. The word janitor also comes from Janus, for he was the custodian of all entrances and thresholds. Janitor was originally a term used for a doorman or porter, and later adopted to include many other services. There are also certain rites and rituals that were performed with Janus in order to cleanse soldiers when they returned home from battle to reintegrate them into society. The Emperor Numa Pompilius, ruler from 715 to 673 BCE, built a giant temple in Rome called the Janus Geminis, with large archways that served as a passageway and was used ritually. In times of peace, the doors were closed to keep war contained within, and in times of war, it was open to welcome its soldiers back home. The Roman Empire was usually at war, and thus the doors were rarely ever closed other than during 43 of Numa's peaceful reign and during a ban on the ancient rites after 390 CE. Janus is very much associated with money, coins, and financial enterprises. The first coin of the Roman pound liberal series bears the two faces of Janus, and thus, in modern times, he is mostly known for the Janus coins.
Try to think, with this coin, we can build all of this and a lot more. It is up to you.
Two other important symbols for Janus are the rod, a staff or scepter, and keys. The keys were not only symbols for unlocking doors, as he was the god of passages, but to unlock the secrets of the universal mysteries. He was considered the guardian of the mysteries, and it was through him that one was initiated into the various mystery cults at the time. One key was gold for the major mysteries, the other silver for the lesser mysteries.
That's nice, isn't it, though?
Yep. This one, I want to show it. All right.
Be respected.
Can I show this?
Sure. I would love that. This was a special token of affection given by myself and the First Lady to Prime Minister and the First Lady of Israel. And it's a key. We call it a key to the White House, and it's a key to our country and to our hearts. And you've been an amazing leader for a long period of time, and this is in many respects the big day, because this is something that's very special. And
next to me, next to you,
understand? Why don't people understand my intentions?
What would you little maniacs like to do first?
In a world that is bland, colorless and cold, where banality grows like a fungus or a mold, there live the boring sheeple who look just like each other. A darker force rides into town, unleashing demon brothers. Here come the little deviants, they come from underground. They're rising from the depths to take those sheeple down.
So what do you think of my Trump Home mattress collection by Serta? Finally, the same luxury and comfort I demand in my hotels.
Oh, they'll never count sheep again.
Listen, why don't you come work for me?
What do you have in mind?
Something you were born to do.
Welcome to room 9.
Looking good, number 9, looking good.
Where's your dignity?
The sheeple are compliant and make for fine ingredients. For customizing anything, here come the little deviants.
Look bad, but I still have a trump card.
We're ready.
Hell yeah. Been looking forward to this.
Modulating frequencies now.
It's time. Let's light it up.
On my count. 3, 2, 1.
Ready to launch. Hit the button.
Here we go.
Well, at one point, we suspected 7i might be the ground station for a secret space-based weapons program called GoldenEye, but... EMP. Would account for the MiGs and the satellites, and the blackout.
The Janus group?
Electromagnetic pulse, a first-strike satellite weapon developed by the
Americans and Soviets during the Cold War.
So what do you know about Janus? Zilch. Zips. No one's ever seen him. But the man's connected up the gazoo. KGB, military.
The son went to work for the government whose betrayal caused the father to kill himself and his wife.
Hence, Janus. The two-faced Roman god come to life.
It wasn't God who gave me this face. In 42 seconds, the United Kingdom will re-enter the Stone Age.
A worldwide financial meltdown.
It was you setting the timers for 3 minutes instead of 6.
Am I supposed to feel sorry for you?
No. You're supposed to die for me.
It's working. It's working.
Delaware, the largest growth in population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. I'm not joking.
Romney wants to he said in the first 100 days, he's going to let the big banks once again write their own rules. Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains. Look, we need to reform the criminal justice to make sure black mothers feel confident when they send their child, their son out on the street that he's going to be safe. We got to recognize that kid wearing a hoodie may very well be the next poet laureate and not a gangbanger. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Wealthy kids, black kids, Asian kids.
The origin of Janus likely comes from him being the first king of the Latium, before Roman, who perhaps was a very wise ruler, who, like many other historical figures, was transformed into a deity after his death. It was possibly under King Janus that coins were first produced, and thus the monetary connection. Two-faced deities exist in many other cultures around the world, most notably in Sumerian and African. So it is possible there is a connection between Janus and many other religious beliefs. Janus may be connected to the Etruscan deity Ani, where the English words annual and anus are derived. Janus is also connected with the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail, and a symbol of the cycle of life and death, new beginnings and rebirth. What Western culture fails to recognize is that the Latin language and most modern European languages have origins in Sanskrit from India. Much of the wealth in Roman Empire was used to purchase goods from India. It is also possible that Janus is connected to the Hindu god Ganesh, who is the guardian of gates, and invoked before other gods as the remover of obstacles.
In a time before the earth, before the sun, and before the light of the stars, when all was darkness and chaos, the old gods, the forgotten gods, ruled the darkness. But what was theirs now belongs to the world of light and substance. And the old gods, the rightful masters, are jealous, watching mankind with a hatred that is as boundless as the stars, with plans for the destruction of man that are beyond imagining. There's a passageway between our physical world of light, pleasure, and their spiritual world of madness and pain. A gate behind which the demons wait for the chance to take back what is theirs!
Everything that's taken place with the pandemic, I'm very thrilled with what's happened on the vaccine front. That's been absolutely incredible. It's nothing like that has ever happened medically, and I think people are acknowledging that, and it's having a big effect. But the stock market's just broken 30,000. Never been broken, that number. That's a sacred number, 30,000. Nobody thought they'd ever see it. That's the 9th time since the beginning of 2020, and it's the 48th time that we've broken records during the Trump administration. And I just want to congratulate all the people within the administration that work so hard. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the people of our country, because there are no people like you. Thank you very much, everybody.
His pretty colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Poor thing, she cried, I'll take you in, and I'll take care of you. The border. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a comforter of silk and laid him by her fireside with some honey and some milk. She hurried home from work that night, and as soon as she arrived, she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake.
Take me in, O tender woman, sighed that vicious snake. She clutched him to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, oh heavens, you would have died. She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, that snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. I have saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me, heavens, why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in. Does that explain it, folks? Does that explain it?
Trust in me.